Welcome to Turned On with Marissa and Jen. We're going to talk about this book, Super Attractor, written by Gabrielle Bernstein, that completely changed both of our lives. And I'm going to start off with how I found the book. This book popped up on my Instagram feed, and I was like, ooh, Super Attractor, wow. And then it popped up on my Facebook feed, which I didn't even click on it on Instagram. And I was like, oh, okay, Super Attractor, looks interesting. And then later that day, I went to a candle store and they had a book section, and I turned the corner and this book, which Jen still has the cover on hers, was staring at me. So I was like, okay, I think the universe wants me to get this book. Fast forward 3 years, I opened that book 3 years ago and I was like, oh, I know everything. And I put it down. And last year I was going through a really just like lost time in my life, and I was on my treadmill and I looked over and that freaking book was staring at me again. So I was like, okay, let's go. So I read it, it started changing my life, and then I told Jen about it, and she blew through it.
I did. I read it in like 3 days. I couldn't put it down. It was so good.
It took me 6 months with like a few pages at a time and notes by notes. So this book really, I feel like, is able to peel back your layers in a very gentle way and bring joy into your life and get you back to your most authentic self.
Yes.
Right?
I agree. It just reminds you that it doesn't have to be so tough, that it can be simple with these steps that she gives.
And it's like you have this toolbox now where you're going through hard things, but you're like, everything's working out for my highest good. And it really brings faith and trust into the universe or God. We're not trying to say one thing or the other. It's just having a faith and a connection to something bigger than us and knowing that it's inside.
Right.
And having that faith over fear mentality, where I know I personally was living like in fear.
Right.
Like retirement. What am I going to do when my mom's old? And da-da-da. Like these thoughts that would be racing all day long.
Right.
And now, like, I just have, again, like this toolbox where I could just surrender it, let it go, I'm taken care of, and it really, really works, and it's changed my life.
Yes, definitely. I really resonated where she talks about manic manifesting, because that was a loop that I was stuck in for a while until she explained it so simple and broke it down.
Right.
And then you can get out of the loop.
I know.
That's amazing.
That was a big thing for me, too. Like, I'm always like, abundance will find me.
Yes.
I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. Grateful.
Yes, I know.
Be grateful. But like, I wasn't feeling it. It was almost like saying
like you knew it was coming, but yet.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna speak it into existence really hard.
Work harder. Attract more.
And then she's like, no, girl, just relax. Relax and let it come.
Right.
And I think one of the biggest things in the book in the beginning was have fun. What do you do for fun? And I'm like 38 years old, and I'm like, besides having some wine, what am I doing for fun? What is fun?
I feel like as women, we always put our fun last and our joy last.
I know.
It's more of like, we look at more of like a luxury instead of a necessity. And the more you realize it is a necessity to care about where your joy is and how you're feeling.
Right.
Daily.
Moment
by moment.
And then having fun and then training your brain. It's like, I was also in this place where it was almost like every day there was a drama. What's ruining my day today? Oh, I forgot my lunch. Oh, this didn't go good when I was cooking the eggs this morning. And, your day just kind of spirals. But once you start and she talks about this in the book as well, like catching it and you're like, ooh, I don't like that. That's like the first big step. Like, okay, I don't like that, but I kind of don't know how to change that either. This book has the answers.
Yes, broken down so simply. 3-step method that anybody can do.
Anyone can do. So in the first chapter, Jen has really pretty neat notes that I scribble. So why don't you probably have yours pulled up already, her method.
Yes. So the 3-step method. Notice the thought. Wait a minute. Yeah, notice the thought,
choose again
forgive the
method.
thought, and choose again. Yes.
Yes. So the main thing in the first chapter of the book is the choose again method. So she has it really simply where
you notice the thought as soon as it enters in. Wait a minute, I don't like that thought. I don't like how it feels. It's not bringing me joy. So you notice it, and then immediately you forgive the thought. Forgive yourself for having it, and then just choose again. Choose the thought that is bringing you joy and happiness that aligns with the truth.
And sometimes, like, you don't have to go from, and she brings up a big point of this, like, there's an emotional scale. You can't go from being really, really low to soaring high.
Right.
But when you can choose just to feel the tiniest bit better, then you moved up a little bit. Then you moved a tiny bit more and a tiny bit better. And then you're doing that like secondhand. Like you're just doing it automatically.
Right.
And these little changes really, really help change your life.
It's so true. You just turn around one day and you realize how far you've come. And you don't realize that until you step back and look and realize how much difference the little changes did make.
Yeah. And so her first chapter is called The Universe Always Delivers. So I feel like spiritually we're taught like God is like so far,
Yes.
you know? And what I really like about this book, whether you want to call it God, the universe, source, it's here.
Right.
And she makes it so available to you. Like, oh my gosh, no, I'm supported. And one of the biggest things in like the first chapter is the art of surrendering. Like, there were so many times during the first few chapters of this book where I dropped to my knees.
Yes. Yes.
And I literally just like let it go. Because I was so overwhelmed. And then just letting it go, like it just felt so good.
It does.
And now like I do that all the time.
It's so beautiful.
It really is. Like this
It really
book is
is
so
beautiful.
special.
It is.
And it really like both of us have been through so much trauma.
Yes.
And being able to break free of that.
Yes. And live so just
Joyfully and happily and easily.
yes.
It's
and
like
unapologetically.
yeah, and just feeling at home in yourself. So we're so happy we read this book and we got together because we want to share this. Everyone should know about this book.
Yes, I agree. Everybody should know about this book. If you want to change your life, here's a great way to start.
Yeah.
Right
Gabby,
here.
the way she started this book, when someone comes out of pure joy and service to others, magic happens. And you can tell that from this book.
Yes.
It's just, there's just so much gold in here.
Yes.
Right? You want to
I love one of her very simple ways that she puts it. What you believe affects what you receive. So you're not just reacting to your life. You're co-creating your life with what you believe and what you're saying. And that's so important because if you stop to really think about what you're saying to yourself, how you're speaking to yourself, and how you're speaking to your situations, you start to really realize all of the negativity that you are processing. Mm-hmm. And it's just because that's the way we're trained to think and to believe. Mm-hmm. And when you do want to believe and think positively, at least for me, I have found people just don't understand it the same way.
No.
They believe that if I see this fear come up that they're scared to be happy because they think it's going to bring more problems
the unknown.
Yes.
Well, and that comes from like the trauma, right?
Right.
Like when I was little, and we'll get into that at some point in some episode.
Yes.
When your safety was taken away from you.
Right.
And something bad happened. And when it could be one traumatic experience or several, and it doesn't even have to be super traumatic, but just small things of your life, you have your guard up.
Right.
And then you're co-creating a world, a life, where you're attracting instances where your guard needs to be up.
Right.
Like you're attracting some lady at the cash register being a bitch, you know? Like because you're being like, that's just what you're creating.
Right.
So I definitely came from a place of being like, I'm a bitch, don't mess with me, you know? But that was what the world I was creating, the life that I was living, because I was afraid.
Right. That was how you were surviving.
That's how I was surviving.
Right. It was protecting you.
Exactly. But then when like leading from love is one of the best things. So like once you just start like, you know, I still like, you know, in traffic.
Oh yeah.
Traffic. We still have the flare-ups.
I'm still working on that one.
Just a couple of days ago. But, you know, then you're like, you know, blessed be.
Get out of the left lane, but
once you really start putting these little tiny suggestions that she has into play, you're like, okay, wait. Before you react, you're like, how can I look at this from a loving place?
Right.
How is this situation coming towards me to serve me better? Because everything in your life is coming to you to serve you better. There's not one instance where something didn't work out. Like we were buying a house. We thought it was our dream house. Literally, we signed the contract and the guy pulled out. We jumped through hoops and ladders and whatever to get this house. And I was so upset. And then we were pre-approved and we found our dream home a couple of weeks later. And if we wouldn't have already been pre-approved, we wouldn't have been ready to put in our offer. And it's everything that we would have dreamed of.
Right.
So I don't think there's any circumstances that you can really think of that it never worked out for your good. You were being protected.
Yeah, they say that the universe has 3 answers. Either here, not right now, or I have something better.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that is definitely true. I've absolutely seen that over and over again in my own life.
And that's one of Gabby's big things too.
Yes.
It's not rejection, it's protection.
Yes.
So there's just tons of these little sayings in here, like just like it's not rejection, it's protection. Even we were supposed to start this podcast February
18th.
And our neon sign got lost into the abyss of St. Cloud, Florida. And, you know, if we hadn't had read this book, I mean, we're doing this podcast because of this book. But like, we're like, okay, it's not rejection, it's protection. Like everything's working out for our highest good. It's gonna let go of your timeline. It's a big thing she pushes too.
Yes.
Let go of your timeline.
Yes.
Because sometimes if you let it go and let the creative processes that are around you flow into your life, there's something better that you couldn't even have dreamed of.
Right. And I agree. I mean, look at how far we've come in the last 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, alone, it's just been...
For sure.
Yeah.
Even from when I think we came up with the idea with this podcast, September?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But we were completely different people back then. We were already way better.
Right.
I mean, my whole life changed within a couple of weeks of reading this book, just like the practicing. Like, for me, I was really in a fear-based place. And
I was too.
And that's why I recommended it to you, because we were both going through kind of the same things where Jen and I always talked about, Jen's my client, I do facials, and we always talk about like, she had some health issues, I had some health issues, and we're like, no, like we're not taking that as our final answer.
We refuse it.
We can change it.
Yes.
Like, but with the manic manifesting that we didn't realize that we were doing, we're like, change.
I know it's gonna go away. I know I'm healthy. I know I'm perfect healed and all.
And you know, it wasn't going so well.
It wasn't.
For us. Let's see. Let's get into some of our favorite stuff from the book, because we need a little bit of an outline here.
I like when she says a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. It's a belief is practice thoughts, so they can be changed. So that goes back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago too, is you really have to acknowledge your thoughts constantly, over and over again, because you don't realize how much negative self-talk you have until you're actually paying attention.
That was a big thing for me too, was the negative self-talk. I mean, I put myself down from ding to dong. If my house was a mess, like I'd be like, gosh, you freaking loser. Like you can't even keep your house clean. Like you can't even put away the laundry. Like over and over and over again. And getting through this book, again, like with the choose again, I'm like, okay, those are not good thoughts. Let's take a breath.
Yeah.
And be like, I have a beautiful son, a loving husband. I can ask for help. So instead of putting everything on my shoulders, let me let me use my resources and let me change my thinking. And then I pick away, you know, what I look like, when I don't like my hair, I don't like my body, I don't like my nose, I don't like this. You know, the list just goes on and on and on. But then once you start loving yourself, which is
that's the key.
That was a really tough thing for me. I really I didn't
either at all. And I never saw that until I started to really dive deep into this. Because if you would have asked me, I would have told, of course I love myself. You know, I'm a great human being. And but really, when I stopped and started paying attention to the way I was talking to myself unconsciously, it was eye-opening for me. I mean, I realized how much I really needed to heal myself and the love for myself without anybody else in the picture, without anything else in the picture, just to truly be centered on who the universe says I am. Not who I'm telling myself.
And kind of getting back to like when you were a kid, like who were you? And this book doesn't really go too much into you have to heal your inner child. And I always heard about like inner child work. But as you get into this book and you start getting through your layers, you start realizing like, let me go back, you know? So I put a picture of myself on my nightstand and I started talking and looking and remembering and feeling who I was at that age and what I went through. And talking to yourself as the parent or the person that you needed back then is so healing.
It is. Hypnotherapy did it for me. I'm a hypnotherapist. But what actually got me into hypnotherapy was doing the inner child work, meeting my inner child and healing her up and growing her. And I can tell you that my world is a different place.
It's a different place.
Taking care of that little girl. And giving her what she needed.
And you get so empowered.
So empowered.
Where you're like, I'm not taking anything less for myself anymore.
Because you realize what you were put here for and what you deserve, what you're worthy of.
Now that is going to change some things in your life.
It's going to change a lot of things in your life.
We're not selling rainbows and butterflies.
It's not the easy path.
No,
but it's worth it.
But when you have your little spiritual gangster toolbox from this book, it's a lot better because you try to lead from love.
And you're able to let go of trying to be perfect. And in a society where it's just put on you, you got to be perfect. You got to live up to the standards. You got to do things by the way everybody says, or you're the odd one out.
Even people like you might have beef with, you know, like there's something about your spouse you don't like, or, you know, Sally Sue Hill or whatever. When you realize that kind of everyone's an adult walking around with some sort of wounded inner child, you're just like, oh, they're just a little upset 5-year-old, you know?
Exactly.
And it makes it easier to look at them like as a little kid acting out than like as an adult out to get you. And then also when you're realizing not everyone's out to get me, they're mirroring until you change how you're thinking about something.
Exactly.
And then when you think something keeps happening over and over again, I don't believe that things are sending you, they sent me a hard lesson. You know, I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
I think that you can co-create something that brings you to, oh, I don't really like that feeling. And then when you have that aha moment, like, okay, this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me.
Exactly. Because every one of those circumstances that are uncomfortable and hard, and we have been through some hard things. Those are, that is teaching you what you don't want, what you don't want to feel. And if you never had those moments, you would never know what you really do want, because you now know what you really don't want.
And what a gift that is when you're looking at it the right way. Wow, that's something I don't want. Like, say it's your morning routine. You know, I have one child, and our morning routines used to get a little hectic, and I used to lose my patience. And think about what you're instilling in your family and your kids. Like, they're being brought up in a household with mom losing her shit, chaos. Well, how can we change that?
Right.
You know, like what can we all do together as a family to like make this run smoother? Because the start of your day, that's going to spiral throughout, you know? So, and then, I mean, I see it on the reels on social media all the time. And people are joking about it, like my anxiety, my this, like
Right.
and mom losing her shit. Moms need to retrain their nervous system.
Yes.
And this book isn't even talking about your nervous system, but it's a reset of everything.
It is.
Because the things that used to be able to like set me off, and like my brain still will go that, but like my body's so calm and so relaxed and so safe feeling now. My body's like, no.
Yes, I know. And that's
no. We're not
the greatest feeling in the world.
We're not flipping out anymore.
Right.
It's not what we like to do.
No. And you know, I've had that happen 3 times this week. 3 times this week alone, there was incidences that would have normally just put me into a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been off the charts with anxiety. I would have been just worried and concentrating on that, and looking at it through this perspective and looking at it at the perspective of just releasing the outcome, letting go of whatever happens. It's like a breath of fresh air. Yeah. I slept great all week. Yeah. It's been the best week, even though I've really been struggling, and you would never be able to tell.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Surrender it. And the universe has your back.
Yes.
There are energies, and everything comes from love. And when you start opening yourself up to that, and having fun is the biggest thing.
Yes.
Like, but you know, working 9 to 5, doing this, but how could you bring fun into your life? I started putting on Back That Thing Up every day and booty shaking my ass because I like to dance.
Yeah.
So, and that's fun.
It is so much fun. I actually dance. I started dancing every day. I put my music on, and one of my favorite songs is Joy.
Joy.
And I put that on sometimes like 3 times and just dance it out. And wow, what a just bring you back.
And then just starting,
yourself.
we like to start our day with that song a lot.
Yes.
And then the songs, I have Pandora. I don't know what everyone else has, but like it'll create a playlist that comes after that. And then you don't realize it, but that's what's going through your head all day.
Right.
So instead of like some, you know, WAP going on up there, I've got joy. And then there's another like blessings on blessings that I listen to all the time too. And that is on replay in my head.
Yeah.
And there are so many blessings. And I wake up in the morning and, you know, sometimes I could not have great sleep or whatever. And I reset to what miracles are going to happen to me today.
Yes. Yes. And when I need to change my mindset, because I wake up grumpy, we all do.
Yeah.
Immediately, I just start thinking of everything I'm grateful for. Yeah. And when you tell people that, they kind of look at you like, roll your eyes, and but I'm telling you, it shifts the mindset to be exactly where you want to be and where you need to be to bring that fulfillment of the joy and to bring that super attractor power.
Yeah. And she really wants you to know and learn in this book that, again, you are co-creating your life. And it's not woo that we're selling here. Like, a lot of this is all backed by science with your neuro brain patterns. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, we were both very into him before we got into this book.
Yes.
He's super smart, super technical, brilliant mind. And he talks about how, you know, once you notice a thought, that's a neural pathway you've created.
Yes.
But as soon as you notice a thought that you don't like, well, let's change it. And you can start rewiring your brain. And she doesn't get into like the scientific stuff like Joe Dispenza does, but that's basically what this is. It's rewiring your brain. And it's almost like before I was going like this, like what was negative? What's negative? What's negative? And now I'm like, what's positive? What's positive? What's good? That was great. Oh, that sucked, but I'm so uncomfortable in that feeling now. I'm like, no.
And what people don't realize is negative thoughts are addicting. So once they start, you will just constantly try to find the negativity everywhere you look, because you're training your brain to find the negativity. So this work is so powerful for that alone, just starting to learn to train your brain to find the joy, to find the peace in every moment.
Right. And something I wanted to share that I wrote thinking about this book. I wrote, this book led me to relearn how to breathe from my center instead of breathing from my wounds.
Oh, I like that.
Because that's what a lot of us are doing. And
Right.
you don't realize it. Like, you bottle stuff up and you bottle stuff up. And what are you doing? You're roaring at
Right.
people because you're just unhappy.
Yeah.
And you have all this trauma or this sadness that you haven't bottled up. You gotta let it out.
Gotta let it out.
Gotta let it out.
It's got to be released.
It does. Like,
Yes.
some teachers, like, are very aggressive. Just like, get over it. You know?
Yeah.
That didn't work for me.
It didn't work for me either because
Yeah.
I could tell myself all day long,
Right.
you're happy, you're this, you're
Right.
that. But if my energy is not matching what I'm saying,
Right. Even the gratefulness. Like, when I was
Right.
like in my lowest of low, I still was trying to be like, I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for this. But there was no emotion connected to it.
right.
There wasn't.
There wasn't.
I was trying really, really hard.
Trying to force the outcome.
There wasn't. And even like I told John, and I have all these notebooks that I really recommend getting. You have to have a notebook with this book.
Oh
don't
yes,
think?
you have
Yes,
to have a notebook, and there's a workbook, and there's a challenge,
Right.
and there's
She's
so
got
much.
just so much
Yes.
wonderful things. But I told John once that, you know, my heart was really like, I love my husband, I love my son. Like, we know love.
Right.
But opening my heart and leading from love, like,
That's scary.
yeah, I know. I told him, like, it's from like Grinch, you know, when he's like, I'm feeling. That's what I felt like. I'm like, ugh. Oh, I don't want to be petty mayonnaise anymore. What does that feel like?
Yeah.
But I still have those thoughts, like, you'll be like,
Of course.
what a bitch. But I'm just like, okay, you know what? Who knows what she went through? And, you know, let's put good thoughts towards that. And I don't want to feel
Yes.
like that and breathe like that and have that in my space anymore.
Right. And I've just come to a place where it's just not worth it. Like I value my peace and my comfort and my joy so much that it's just not worth it to have anything in my life that is going against that.
Right.
I feel like that's the part of the work that nobody tells you about,
Right.
is the stuff that's going to shed away
Mhm.
as you realize what no longer serves
Yeah.
your highest good.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then some of like getting into the, you know, chapter 1, fear-minded thinking puts you out of alignment with positive thoughts.
Right.
The universe has the capacity to bring forth creative solutions for earning, planning, solutions, and other ideas that could not make its way to you when you are out of alignment. When you're in the frequency, it's like a radio station, right? Like
Right.
you can have hip hop playing on one station and gospel on the other, and they're simultaneously going on, but you've got to turn to a frequency to hear them.
Right.
The same thing with if you're in a fear-based negative space, all of the good that's trying to get to you, you're not going to hear it.
Right.
You're not going to be open to it.
Yeah. You have to I wrote in the hard moments reveal the misalignment, and when you have those, the overthinking and the fear, they become familiar patterns, and they become so easy to just accept if we
Right.
don't interrupt them immediately
Yep.
and change them.
Yep. And there's like a page somewhere where she writes out
Somewhere.
her personal like mantras, and at nighttime for me, and probably for a lot of people, because that's finally when you stop.
Yes.
And when you stop, you get off your phone and doom scrolling, which you'll see if you follow this book, it no longer feels good.
It doesn't.
Social media becomes a place where you're just like, ugh.
It's
You
uncomfortable.
felt like you walked through spider webs.
Yes.
You know, like,
it's
ew.
true.
It's true.
It's so true. Now, I used to wake up every morning and go right to my phone
Right.
and just start scrolling.
Right.
Who texted, who
Right.
sent messages,
Right.
whatever. And now I don't even want to touch my phone for a couple of hours after I wake up, because
Right.
I know that that's going to direct the way my mind goes for the day.
For sure. I still go into my phone. I'll go through in and outs, you know. I feel like it's a habit because my husband and I
It
like to
is.
send funny reels. Some of the reels, again, humor, right? We want
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
There's some funny shit online.
There is.
But
Yes.
then when you start going to, oh my gosh, look, everyone lives in a mansion now, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, everyone
Everyone.
has, you know, millions of dollars.
Yes.
It can make you compare, and then it can make you feel judgy and like looking at people and like, how about great for them? I'm open to my miracles. That's going to get me there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. I love how Gabby, she even says that when you're looking at stuff like that and you see it, watch your thoughts, because if you're thinking, wow, I want that. Why don't I have that yet? I'm so far behind. And that's negative self-talk. That's the opposite of super attracting.
Right.
What you want to say is, wow, that is awesome. That's great. Like you said, for that person.
And then if you want to take it a step further, putting yourself in the feeling, what would that feel like?
Yes. Yes.
You want this new car, or you want the new kitchen? Instead of walking into your kitchen and being like, oh, what would it feel like to have my dream kitchen?
Yes. And that's the most powerful part of it right there.
And then just starting to dream up, what do I want out of my life, and what does that feel like? Because when you can get into the feeling of it, that's the frequency of it, and it starts making its way to you, and you start noticing stuff fast.
Yes.
Like, especially like she teaches you how to like kind of look for the signs and ask for signs, and like all of a sudden it's kind of like, whoa, you feel your world talking back.
I can't go an hour without seeing, when I'm asking for signs and when I'm looking for signs, I can't go an hour without the universe showing up and saying here, in a way that's not a coincidence, in a way that's undeniably the universe or God. Yes.
Again, and that's what I really like about it, because it's not pushing the super woo-woo.
No.
Like, or, you know, I don't know. I believe in Jesus.
I do
you know?
too. Yeah.
Like, we are not here to argue spirituality, religion, anything like that.
And none of that really matters.
It doesn't. There is love. There is something greater. And this book helps you connect that to your daily life and take the fear out of your heart is the biggest thing for me.
The connection is all that matters. Like connect with God, the universe, source, whatever it is to you. Connection.
And the gift of feeling safe.
Yes.
It really, you don't realize that most of everything, the problems in your life is because of lack of safety, that you don't feel safe.
It really is.
You don't feel safe.
Anger, everything is derived from fear.
Right. And then going back to social media, like, do your children have parasites? Do you have parasites? Like, there's so much fear mongering out there too. That's just another thing. We're just being constantly thrown all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
Of stuff to make you worried.
Yeah. Watch the news for 5 minutes and you'll be in a downward spiral.
It's literally like after you read this book, you're like,
yep.
No.
Yeah, I refuse that now.
Yeah. No.
And you know what? And I used to feel bad. That was a struggle for me too, is I used to at first struggle with the guilt of being like, okay, well, maybe I'm too happy and somebody else around me isn't as happy, and so I got to tone it down. No, you got to be authentically you. And that means with the joy and the success. And if people around you aren't happy, you need to find new people to be around.
Right.
Because they should be lifting you up, not pulling you down.
And sometimes it's not like, I'm sure there are going to be people on here that aren't going to like us.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's be. You know, but all we're doing and what they're seeing is something that we're being authentically ourselves, and they're not.
Yes.
So it's creating something that doesn't feel good in them.
Right. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And I'm sorry for the people.
Yep. And now, like, there's just, like, tons of negative loops that, like, I'm like, ooh, okay, like, if I keep repeating a thought over and over and over again, and I'm like, okay, this is taking me out of my flow.
Right.
Okay, so, like, there's been a lot of uncomfortable things that normally I'd be like, I'm not going to say anything. Nope. I say it. I say it.
I love that.
I say it.
I love that.
And then you kind of know where you stand with people. And some people you might lose along the way.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But then sometimes your relationships can get that much better.
And is it really a loss? Is it really a loss when you can't be authentically yourself?
Right.
And just truly be who you were created to be?
Right, because what are you really losing?
Right.
Like, throughout this process, I lost contact with my aunt, who took care of me 3 days a week when I was a kid. I've had her in my life the whole time. And there was 3 major circumstances this year where she chose emotional cruelty towards me. And, you know, like, I tried, and she's no longer in my life.
Yeah, you have to set those boundaries.
You have to, because it gets you to the truth of your relationships.
Yes. Yeah, and sometimes that's not easy.
It's not easy.
But it's worth it.
the feeling you get from stopping abandoning yourself.
And let me ask you this, since you've had to cut her off,
Yeah.
how has that changed you? How has that bettered your perspective?
You know, I kind of feel like she was almost like removed.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think because before I went through all this, like I can be cold, like, see ya.
Yeah.
Not think twice about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, am I doing that? Am I just like, you know, for self-protection, like not feeling it? And I'm like, no, you know what? Like I came from a place of love. It was direct the couple of times.
Right.
And she met me with anger and, you know, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And it was 3 chances that I gave her too. One very recently. And
she's not there yet.
She's not there yet. And then also removing what you expect from other people.
Yes.
Just because, you know, I'm all spiritually attracting now. Like, she's not.
Yes.
She's in her life and her choices, and that's her situation.
Yeah.
You know, and if she were to ever give me like a true understanding and apology, there's room for her to come back. But right now, my life is not allowing that.
Right.
So, you know,
and
that's just how I feel with everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you have to protect your peace. You have to protect your peace above all else, because really, if you're not, then you're going to spiral back into the chaos.
Yeah.
And that's not where we like to be.
No, and then when you're open and loving, that's what you're attracting.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And when you're happy and joyful and
just,
annoyingly positive, which I get told a lot, I want to be. I want to attract people who are just as annoyingly positive as me.
You can attract a conversation that's going to change your life.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
Being in the elevator and being happy and smiling, someone might compliment your blouse, and that might lead to a job interview or, you know, a husband or whatever.
Yeah. You never know how the universe is going to open up when you just start aligning yourself to the frequency of...
Yeah. And then just taking the time to be like, smile, which is hard for me. It really is, you know, like, so now, like, especially when I go into like the grocery store or something like that, I try to like put in an aura of like happiness and like, you know, say something nice to the workers. And you don't know how far a kind act or a smile can go.
That's so true. That's really so true. And when you're just out there spreading kindness and joy, like, you're getting all of that back. Because I know when I'm out there and I'm complimenting someone or whatever, it just makes you feel so uplifted and excited about life.
And I still have the tendency to be like, you know, I'm not perfect. Again, we're not teaching either.
Yes.
We have been through some experiences and our life has radically changed in a year, and we want yours to too. There's a better way.
There is a better way, and it doesn't have to be so hard.
It doesn't have to be so hard.
The work is not struggle. It's not pushing yourself until you're going to fall over or burn out. It's literally just coming to understand who you truly are, who you were created to be, and making joy a priority instead of just a luxury.
Mm-hmm. This is a little passage that I like also. It's no different with your relationship to the universe. The universe is always conspiring to support you, guide you, and compassionately lead you towards your highest good. When you're focused on chaos and fear or trying to control everything, you deflect the support and guidance. But the moment you surrender, the universe is there to pick you up off the floor and show you the way.
Oh, I love that. And it's so true.
And that's why I'm saying, get the notebooks. I mean, I think I've got like 7 here. Because there's just like such gold in every paragraph where you're like, whoa, let me take a note here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my 3rd time reading the book, 3rd or 4th time reading the book right now. And even as this time I'm listening to it on Audible, and even as I'm listening to it, I'm pulling out things that I never heard the first time, because now they resonate with me even more. Like, because of the growth that we've had. It's just, it's unbelievable.
Well, even like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months, I forgave someone. Maybe it was Aunt Wendy. It might have been her. And because of this new baseline that I have of being happy and feeling good, when you have these icky thoughts, you're just, and I was looping about what she said, and it was going on and on and on. And then I was like, you know what? I just need to forgive her, because swallowing this is like swallowing poison.
Yeah.
And I always heard forgiving someone is not about forgiving them. It's for you. But I really never understood that. So I guess I really never forgave anyone. Because that was totally new for me to feel that. Which then led me to go home and go to one of these notebooks, and I wrote I forgive you lists that was like 3 pages long.
Wow.
I just didn't want it in my heart anymore.
Yeah.
And once your body and your mind and your soul feel comfortable to start like letting some things out that you can start dealing with, like your body's not going to let out the trauma or these emotions that are creating this chaos when you can't even cook breakfast without losing your shit.
Right.
Like we can't even make scrambled eggs without having an anxiety attack. There's no way that we can go back to 8-year-old me and deal with some really painful situation. Like it's not a safe place to do that.
No, you have to get your nervous system into regulation.
Yeah. And this book just does it in the slowest, most loving way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Simple. Yeah. So simple too.
See what else we have in here. And she talks about opening your eyes in the morning and starting your day with alignment. Ooh, the morning mantras. This is good too. Do you have anything you want to?
I'm just double checking on my notes.
All right, I'll read this when you're looking for that.
Okay.
So Gabby shares one of her morning mantras. My body is rested and my mind is clear. I start my day with positive thoughts and energy. I am relaxed, non-resistant, and clear. My day unfolds with ease and grace. People support me throughout the day. The universe supports my desires today. I am open to receiving greatness. I am energized and inspired. Creative possibilities are available to me. Nothing holds me back. I take action with faith and clarity. I am healthy, well, and vibrant. Today is a great day. I am having fun today. I bring joy to others. I bring light with me wherever I go. I am a positive influence to the world. All is well.
I love that. I love that. To start your day with that every day and just give yourself that reminder.
Yeah. And I'm sure you can feel it.
Oh, absolutely.
It drops your shoulders. You unclench your jaw. Mm-hmm. And you just feel safer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wrote here, for me personally, whenever I feel myself out of peace, so when I know and I get that feeling in my stomach or my chest where you get that anxiety, that's when I know that I'm relying on my own strength and that I'm trying to control the outcome and control what's going on. And that's my cue right there, is just to pause, think about where my thoughts are going, how I am processing them, and then release what I'm thinking and choose again. Yeah. And that's it. It's that simple.
Right. And that I love that with, like I'm trying to do it.
Oh, yes.
Don't.
Yeah.
What if you don't? And that's where I was in the beginning of this book too. I was just like so tired of micromanaging my life.
Yes.
Controlling everything. And she's literally just like,
throw it out the window. And at first it feels scary.
Right.
Because at first I was like, oh, I should be doing something more. I
need to work harder.
Yeah, I have to be like doing something else on top of just this. But no, really, when you release it, that's really when the magic happens.
Honestly though, like where I was, I'm like, can't get much worse. Right. Let me have fun and throw all caution to the wind.
Right, and see what happens. Because the other way it didn't work.
It's not working. And ended up being like the best thing ever.
It really was.
Oh wait, I'm surrendering and letting go, and the big bad wolf hasn't come and blown my house down.
I know.
Wow.
I know. And I had a lot of pushback with people in my life, the kind of looking at me like, so what, you're just going to sit back and focus on taking care of yourself? Like I was really doing something wrong. And wow, Now let's fast forward 6 to 9 months later. I'm walking around happier with my head held high, singing and dancing every day, and they're still stuck in the same spot, and they wonder why.
Mm-hmm. And then you know what? Like sometimes it's okay. Like
It's okay. You're not ready.
Yeah, and not being angry at people.
No.
For not.
No, not at
But
all.
also, your joy and happiness will change the way that your interactions go with them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting to the end of the book, the end of the chapter, she's talking about how when you're applying the choose again method and mantras, you'll begin to feel better. But the moment you start feeling good, it's possible something sneaky may happen. Your ego, the inner voice of fear, will resist your good feelings. The ego's voice has been your dormant inner dialogue for so long that it may have a strong hold on your subconscious. And that's okay, because we're going to keep calling it out in the next chapter. So it's going to happen because of the wiring in your brain.
Right.
And your ego gets a bad rap. It's just trying to keep you safe.
Yes. It's a survival mode.
Yeah. It knows that even though this doesn't feel good, we're safe.
Right.
Safe. So, and then the next chapter, it's called It's Good to Feel Good.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So, I don't know. Do you have any other?
I think we've covered it.
Yeah,
we pulled out
yeah.
the big points and
It's a lot of life-changing chatter for one chapter.
But that's this book. There's so much.
It is.
And
take it however fast or slow. Like, Jen
Right.
is super, super one of those people that gets it all down. I'm very intelligent and smart too, but I'm like, interesting. Let me dissect these 3 sentences for a week. So whatever pace you're at
yes,
is wonderful. And this is almost like a book club, because when I was reading it, I want everyone else to read it so we can talk about it.
Right. I know we were talking a lot back and forth and just like, wow. Wow. You hear how simple this is?
And then go check Gabby out on her socials.
Yes.
She does homework. Why don't you look up the All Is Well meditation? Isn't that one so good?
Oh, yeah.
That'll help so much. It's like a 5-minute All Is Well meditation, and it really puts you in a feeling of safety and gratitude and like a really good place to exhale.
Yes.
And we love you, Gabby.
Yes, we do love you, Gabby. Thank you.
All right. And then see you next week for chapter 2.
We'll see you next week.
Try to feel good and go shake your butt.
Bye.